Can a trade package surrounding Lauri Markkanen, Colin Sexton, and Jordan Clarkson give the Miami Heat the tools they need to contend in the Eastern Conference next season? All that and more in another episode of Miami Heat Talk, guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe as we continue to 7,000 subscribers. Now that we got that out the way, hit the intro.
That is enough said.
Happy Taco Tuesday, Heat Nation. Your boy Ernest here, back with another Miami Heat Talk video. Hope everybody had a great Memorial weekend, you guys. We are back on the grind, so let's rock and roll with another Miami Heat Talk adventure. Now, in today's episode, gonna make this one a little bit quick, you guys. Don't really want to talk a lot about it because I know right now it's kind of the slow time. You know, NBA playoffs are going on right now. You're seeing a great series with the Thunder and the T-Wolves, and then you're seeing a great series with the Knicks and the Pacers. You know, both sides still competitive, so we're going to see what happens. But as far as Miami Heat basketball goes, you're not going to really have anything until the NBA draft. Can a trade happen before? Technically, yes. But I think it's going to be around the draft when things are going to pick up, especially with free agency coming after there. But this is another report by Bleacher Report, you guys. I've seen other people talk about it, so I want to give my opinion as well. This is a trade surrounding the Miami Heat and the Utah Jazz. And if done correctly, I think this can really help the Miami Heat and maybe even make them a contender. And it's not something that you would have to give up the whole farm for. You know that Utah, they're not really contending for anything. You know, they've had their current roster that they're trying to build upon. Danny Ainge has just got a plethora of draft picks, but it's not really going anywhere. So I would understand why Utah would make this trade, especially because of the cap flexibility, the expiring contracts, and the draft assets. This would include the Miami Heat receiving Lauri Markkanen, Colin Sexton, and Jordan Clarkson. And in return, the Utah Jazz would get Andrew Wiggins, Terry Rozier, Duncan Robinson, who all their contracts will be expiring after 2026, because you know Wiggins is going to take that player option if he goes to Utah. And then you also get Nikola Jovic, plus two future first-round draft picks. You get the 20th pick from the Warriors that you're getting this year, and then you'll get a 2029 first-round draft pick, which is top 5 protected, which means if the Heat fall in the bottom 5, they'll keep their pick. I would push the submit button on this trade, you guys. Honestly, I think this is a trade that definitely makes the Miami Heat an instant contender. You have Lauri Markkanen, who has been an All-Star before. He was coming off of 2 great years in 2023 and 2024, averaging 25 points and 23 points a game, respectively. Last season in the 2025 year, only plays 47 games, but he does average 19 points, 6 rebounds on 42% from the field, 35% from the three-point line. These are lows than what he's averaged his last 2 years with Utah. He has been an all-star level player. This is a guy that you can easily plug next to Bam Adebayo and Kel'el Ware. You can have them as a 3-headed monster as your forward center rotational position. I don't think you can start Lauri Markkanen at the 3. He's 7 feet tall, so it doesn't really make sense. Having Kel'el Ware, Bam Adebayo, and Lauri Markkanen, it does give you a little more flexibility because now you can have Kel'el Ware coming off the bench. You can start Lauri Markkanen and Bam Adebayo at your 4 and 5. And now with Kel'el Ware coming off the bench, if Bam Adebayo or Lauri Markkanen comes off, you have Kel'el Ware. It works. I don't think you're going to bring Lauri Markkanen off the bench if you're doing a trade like that. Then you're going for Colin Sexton, who the last 2 seasons in Utah has been really great. Last season, averaged 18.4 points a game, 18.7 the year prior. Gets about 4 assists a game, 3 rebounds, bucket getter, 48% from the field, 40% from the three-point line. Lauri Markkanen and Colin Sexton were 2 guys we were looking at last season in a potential trade. So that was a rumor that came up last year, and the fact that it's coming up again is telling me that there may be some flexibility in a potential trade. But then you also get a key piece, Jordan Clarkson, who is one of the NBA's prolific 6-man, averaged 16.2 points a game last year, 2.5 rebounds, 3 assists a game, only played 37 games. That's one thing about these 3 guys. You know, they didn't really play a lot of games. Markkanen only played 47, Sexton played 63, Jordan Clarkson played 37. But you know what you get from them? These are three guys that can easily give you anywhere from 15 to 20 points a game. You can scatter them around with your roster with Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, Davion Mitchell, Kel'el Ware. Those are the main pieces that you're trying to keep. So if you can add these three players to the Miami Heat, you can also have your mid-level exception. It makes this team an instant contender. Now look, guys, I get it. I'm a Miami Heat fan. I run a Miami Heat channel. I'm looking at this from the Miami Heat's perspective and why would it benefit our team. But let's put ourselves on the other side. Let's say if you're a Utah fan, why would this work for you? Well, Utah only won 17 games this past season. They were trying to tank. They couldn't get the number 1 pick for Cooper Flagg. They didn't even get a top 3 pick with all that losing. Jordan Clarkson and Colin Sexton are both of their contracts are expiring after the 2026 season. Lauri Markkanen, they signed to a Supermax extension, which his first year started this past year. So you do a trade like this because you're getting Andrew Wiggins, Duncan Robinson, and Terry Rozier, who will all be off your books on 2026. You're also getting 2 first-round draft picks that you can build a part of, and Nikola Jovic or Jaime Jaquez, whichever one. A nice little piece that you can shine on. John Collins will be on an expiring contract possibly after this season if he doesn't opt in. So this can potentially give Utah so much cap flexibility after the 2026 season. And with all the draft picks that they have, this is a great rebuilding process. Now, I understand that Danny Ainge and Pat Riley don't have the best relationship, with Danny Ainge being from Boston and Pat Riley, coaching with the Lakers, and Ainge being a player for the Celtics. But at the end of the day, I think this is a trade that can work for both parties. It works for Miami because it gives us the better players, and we're a team that is trying to contend for next season. I don't care what people think. The Heat are going to try to be better next season. They just need to put some pieces around Tyler and Bam. And I think this trade does that. You're getting 3 quality players that all can score at a great level and can help you win now. It also helps Utah because of what I just explained. So I think that this is a trade that benefits both parties. Now I get it, you guys. There's a lot of trade talks. There's a lot of rumors going around. Nothing's set in stone. But I will say this. If there's one thing we can all agree on, a change needs to be made. And if you're able to make a trade and retain Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, Kel'el Ware, and Davion Mitchell, and you're able to get a whale superstar level player like Kevin Durant, like I've mentioned in the past, or potentially somebody else, or you can if you can make a multi-trade like this is a great package. I know you're giving up a lot, but at the end of the day, you're not giving up the farm. And yeah, you're losing 2 future first-round draft picks, but Lauri Markkanen, Colin Sexton, and Jordan Clarkson give you the flexibility that you need moving forward. I think it's a great trade. I think it works well. I think it's super beneficial. But I want to hear from you, Heat Nation. If this trade was available, Lauri Markkanen, Jordan Clarkson, and Colin Sexton, would you make that trade? Do you think it makes us title contenders? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, you guys, as we continue to 7,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for the continued support. I know times are bleak right now. I know it's boring, you guys, but I'm going to give you guys as much update as I can. Back's feeling a lot better, so thank you guys so much for the wishes. Pro wrestling kicks my ass sometimes, so I'm really happy that I'm moving a lot better, you guys. So I appreciate everything, and until next time, your boy Ernest out, and that is enough said.